a reseller on Poshmark, and I'm here today to do just a quick video doing a little overview of ShopGoodwill and how I use it, and also show you just a small 4 or 5 item thrift haul that I did today when I picked up my ShopGoodwill. So basically, ShopGoodwill is Goodwill's online auction site. It's an auction site whereas Goodwills across the country get donations. They siphon off the good stuff, and I mean, there is some good stuff on there. There's also some junk, and it's everything. It's clothes, it's household goods, it's anything that you would find at a regular Goodwill store, even furniture, which they usually make local pickup only. But basically what it is a way to get the good stuff that used to go right to the stores where we could go in and get our hands on it and buy it. We still have our shot at that, but you're bidding against everyone else. So I started using it probably in the fall of 2021, and I got way into it. And let me tell you, it really cost. So the way they're making their money, it is auction basis. So by and large, they start their auctions off fairly priced. I do see some things like St. John and Fry and Polo Ralph Lauren. They will start those off really high, or they'll put it at a buy it now where you can bid on it for 20 or buy it now for 70, that sort of thing. So I don't get wrapped up in that, but by and large, my point was they start the bids off pretty reasonable, and people bid, and the auctions run anywhere from 3 to 7 days, depending on how that Goodwill sets it. And it's all decided at the local Goodwill region level. So they're all using this main site, but the decisions on shipping and handling and pickup options and pricing options are all made at that local level, which is, you're going to see a lot of variance for that exact reason. But when I started using it, I got way into it, and I would find things that were great, and I'd figure my math, like, okay, if I do my comps, and then I'd look at what I could get for it, how much Posh was going to take, and what my net would be, etc. And for a while, it just sort of overtook me. I'm like, this is great. I get the good stuff. I don't have to leave the house. But I was getting taken to the cleaners on shipping and handling, which is what they do to you on ShopGoodwill, unless you use their local pickup option, which is the way I use ShopGoodwill now. So I would recommend anyone that's not familiar with it, check it out. The website, I think, is just shopgoodwill.com or .org, or if you Google it, it will come up. But one thing you can do to kind of protect yourself against overpaying for shipping and handling is they have like different tabs on each item that you're looking at. And one of the tabs is called shipping and handling. So you can go in there and input your delivery address, and it will tell you exactly what the shipping and handling will be. So then if you're bidding on something and you put your max bid at $50, you're going to figure in your local sales tax yourself, and then their handling is typically anywhere from $3 to $5, $2 to $5 per piece. So you're going to put that in, and then plus your delivery fee. They use FedEx, and I will say that they don't usually use the actual weight of the item. They put the item usually at least 2 pounds, anywhere from 2 to 7 pounds, depending. And that's where it gets really overpriced, and you add on the handling. So, but you can protect yourself by using the feature to estimate or to know what your shipping and handling will be up front. So I got out of that game and just went into using ShopGoodwill locally, which my local region is Southeast Goodwill, Georgia. So when they get their donations and they see something they think is nice, they take it to their Richmond Hill, Georgia Goodwill store, where they have a whole photography set up, and they've got it all upstairs. And they've got up there where you can come and pick up your purchases. If you've bid on something on shopgoodwill.com with the Southeast Goodwill, Georgia region, you can opt, instead of having it delivered by FedEx, you can opt to go to that office and pick it up, which is what I did today. And I'm going to show you what I got and give you the pricing breakdown in a minute. But I wanted to tell you, how to filter down to location. So when you're on ShopGoodwill, you'll open up just to their main page. And because I'm typically shopping for clothing, I just click on an item of clothing. And then at the top of that item, there'll be like clothing, men's, career wear, or whatever. And I just click on the subcategory clothing, which brings me to all clothing, women's, men's, children's, which is what I want, although the majority of it is obviously women's. And then I click the filter button, and under filter, you can go down to location, and you can type in your state code, like CA for California, GA for Georgia. So I type GA for Georgia, and there's 3 different or a handful of different Goodwill locations that use Shop Goodwill. And I click mine, which is the Savannah, Georgia region. And then I filtered down to only items available for auction sale at that site. So I know when I bid on something, I'm going to have the option to pick it up locally. I don't have to pay shipping. I still do have to pay handling and obviously sales tax. But for that reason, I'm able to still use the site and not have it be a break-even situation, because when I was really getting into it, and I will admit I found some really nice pieces, but by the time I paid shipping and handling, I was making maybe a $10 or $20 profit, which really wasn't worth it. So what I did get, I'm trying to see where I put them. Give me a second. Okay, so I got a pair of Doc Martens. And so my total cost for these, all in with everything, was $37.80. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of these, but I thought they were a little unique because they had the heel, and usually Doc Martens are more of the flat boot. They're size 10, they're pebble grain leather, they've got the Doc Martens rubber sole, and they're lace up, great condition. So when I found these at ShopGoodwill.com, Georgia region, I started watching it. And the auction still had 3 more days, and it was at $23. And I did my math, and I said, well, I can pay $40 for them, because that way the comps were indicating they were selling anywhere between $90 and $125. So I said, well, okay, I won't take less than $100 for them. Poshmark is going to take $20 if I sell them for $100, so my profit would be $80. If I strip away my cost of goods at $40, my profit would be $40, and I'm okay with that. So that was my game plan with these, and it ended up working out, because when I watched it, I went in there, I set an alarm on my phone for like 15 minutes before the auction ended. I went in and looked, they were still at 23. I was like, yes, this is great. And I just lurked around, refreshing the page until the last 60 seconds of the auction. And then I went in there and I bid with a maximum bid of 40. And excuse me, let me get some tea. And Shop Goodwill has it set up where they were bid up to your maximum for you, you know, just like eBay or any auction site. So as soon as I bid 40 in the last 60 seconds, it jumped up to 32. So someone else had set their maximum bid at 32. But because there was only, like, at that point, 40 seconds left, I don't know if that person came back or if that was their, you know, out the door max. But I won the auction at 32, and the handling price on these was $3. The sales tax was $2.80. So I paid $37.80 for these in total, and they have it on Shop Goodwill where you can set up an appointment to pick up your items. So I set up an appointment for 10:15 this morning, and I went and picked them up, and I am happy about it. I'm going to get them into my inventory, and then I will get them posted, because this is a great pair of boots. They're great. I like them a lot. So that being said, of course, I was in Goodwill, and I couldn't leave without looking at the racks, and I did spend $23.17 there, and I'll show you guys what I got really quick. But if you have any questions on the Shop Goodwill, I have a lot of experience using it. It's glitchy and it's weird. Like, you can go back today. I can't see, like, if I'm trying to look for tax receipts or whatever, I can't see what I purchased. I can go back to my emails, but they don't have it available online after like 3 months, but they'll email you. You can go into your sales. There's a little section called My Shop Goodwill, and you can download all of your purchases, not sales, purchases. So it's just kind of weird in that way, but anyway, let me know if you have questions. So the items I got, these were all full price store items. Today is St. Patrick's Day, and they're having a double point, so I got double Goodwill points for my local Shop Goodwill. Like, once you spend $200, you get $10 off your next purchase, sort of thing. But I got a handful of things. So the first thing I got was this Sarah Jessica Parker white vegan shoulder bag, and I'm going to show you It's kind of gathered and ruched here. But when they had it on the rack, what caught my eye, and I paid too much for this. I'm not going to make much of a profit on this at all. But if you're looking for a role model or someone to model your business around, I'm not that person. I make stupid decisions in my sourcing often enough that I just, sometimes, honestly, you guys, I just go with my heart. Like, I just go with what I feel. If I'm going to make a profit, sometimes I'm okay with it. And that being said, I don't want to discredit myself because I know that there's certain items that will be eye-catching or that will bring traffic. So even if I am only making, say, a $10 profit, it's worth it overall. And I think this might be one of those items, but how pretty is that inside out? So it's got the Sarah Jessica Parker New York tag, and then it's got like the content, material, blah, blah, blah. But I think I'm going to model this bag both ways in my closet just because I think that is so pretty, right? So that was $5.49 plus tax. And then I got this beautiful scarf for $1.49. It's silk. It's the starry night print. Isn't that beautiful? It's just like a beautiful neck scarf. And it's in great condition. It is not branded, but it does have the material content tag letting the buyer and myself know that it's, how come, can you see that silk? Anyway, it is silk. I'm still experimenting. I mentioned a few videos ago that I'd gotten a new phone. I am still in experimental mode with that. So today I actually flipped the camera to get a more clear, less grainy picture. And what I have to do then is put a mirror on the other side of it so I can see myself. And it's just a totally, it's kind of, I'm getting used to it, put it that way. So the next item I got was a beautiful, unfortunately size small, but Lauren Ralph Lauren insignia sweater blazer. It's a nice navy blue. It's got that beautiful Lauren Ralph Lauren chest insignia. And it's just like a sweater blazer, but it's gorgeous, and it's in a matte. It's in really good condition. It is cotton. It's not wool. Yeah, it's 100% cotton, but just, I mean, it's more like I can take that academia or fall. It's not really in season, but just a real solid preppy piece. And then I got a gold label Victoria's Secret nightshirt for $2.49. The gold label Victoria's Secret, if it's like a negligee or something, it will sell like right away for good money. These pieces sit for a while, but it's $2.49. Just a mint green nightshirt. The tag said size small/medium. It's polyester. For $2.49, I thought I would give that one a chance, and it's a nice mint green color, so that was awesome. And then thank you for sticking around. The last item I got was Torrid. It was $5.99 new with tags. It was $69.50 at Torrid. Torrid moves really slowly for me. My shopper in my closet is not really interested in Torrid, but it does eventually sell. Oh, this has another price tag. Another $14.99 one from like another Goodwill. That's funny. That's not from my Goodwill region. Anyway, this is like, it has a metallic gold feather print. And it's just a rich kind of mocha, tannish brown. And it looks like it's a romper, but it's not. It's just a dress. It's like a, probably hits mid-thigh, but yeah, it's not a romper. But I think because it's new with tags that I will not have paid too much at $6. So that's what I got. Thank you so much if you stuck around. The other thing I wanted to mention is I'm thinking, and let me know if this would be useful, I'm thinking of putting my inventory spreadsheet up. I've seen other resellers do that to where people can use it if it would be useful for their business and kind of a pay what you can model. So I'm thinking of doing that. Let me know if that would be helpful. And then the other thing I have is a budget calculator, or excuse me, a bundle calculator spreadsheet. So I was running into trouble when I sold a bundle, figuring out the cost of goods on each item. I was having to do a bunch of backwards math to get down to it. So I figured, so I looked at all the steps I was taking to come up with those numbers when I needed to for my accounting. And I just made a spreadsheet that did all those calculations for me. It is, depending on the number of items you sold, and if you added a shipping discount, there are a few things you have to tweak every time. But it's a nice way to figure that out. So that I was actually thinking, because it took a little more work, maybe making for sale, or I'd probably just do it pay as you can. But if either of those things, if either of those things would be useful for you, please let me know. And again, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching. If this is useful, please like and subscribe. And I will be back soon. Next week, I'm going to go to Charleston, South Carolina, and I will definitely take some footage because I've gone there many times, but since I started my YouTube channel, I have not been there. So I'd like to take video footage so that if you're not in the Charleston, South Carolina area, you can kind of see what their Goodwill outlet looks like. It's huge. I love going up there. I always find good stuff. They've got a really nice consignment shop in the area I go to, a few thrift stores, and a few hit or miss places. But yeah, I want to capture all that for you guys so you can kind of see what goes on up in Charleston in the Goodwill world and in the thrifting world. They have a lot of Goodwills up there too. And they also have a Shop Goodwill location. You'll see like they do a lot of Vera Bradley and a lot of purses on their Shop Goodwill. But anywho, and one more thing on Shop Goodwill, Macon, Georgia, which is about probably a 3.5-hour drive north. So Charleston is actually closer to me. They must get some really kick butt donations because I check there every once in a while and they have the nicest stuff. So someday I'm thinking of just like bidding on a whole bunch of stuff on Shop Goodwill in the Macon, Georgia region and taking a drive up there and picking it up because they have the nicest, they just have really quality pieces. So anywho, I'm rambling on. I thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe and I will see you soon. Bye.